Thank you, Maria, for inviting us to speak tonight. We are in Tel Aviv. We are at a hotel in Tel Aviv. We arrived here just a few hours ago. As we were coming in, the pilot said that the plane would be landing in Tel Aviv and not diverting or turning around. And um, and then we landed, and everyone on the plane was calm. We got into the airport, and unless you knew there was something going on, it would look like any other world-class airport. There were a lot of people, and there was a lot of activity. But then, when we saw the difference, was we saw people trying to get flights, um, you know, to go out, and we saw lines. Um, we went outside. We saw people lining up for taxis, but there were no taxis. And it created a bit of anxiety for us. But that anxiety did not last very long because we suddenly realized how resilient everyone was. I called one of my cousins, Natalie, on the phone. Literally within 20 minutes, she and her husband arrived at the airport and took us to the hotel in Tel Aviv. And what I'd like to do is introduce my wife, Liz, to share her perspective on what we found when we got to the hotel in Tel Aviv.
Hi, everyone. So first of all, Tel Aviv, which is one of the most vibrant cities in the world, was like a ghost town. Usually there's lights and action everywhere, and there was hardly anyone on the streets, and it was just very dark. So when we got to the hotel, we checked in very briefly, put our bags on the beds, and went to the lounge. And then we didn't even get to the lounge. By the time we checked in, we had about 4 trips to the bomb shelter, which is a first for both of us. And scary, but I'm not really thinking about myself. I'm thinking about what the Israelis have to deal with all the time. And then when we were on the lounge, we could look outside and we saw the rockets being launched and heard them being decimated by the Iron Dome. And I have spent a lot of my volunteer efforts to lobby politicians via AIPAC to, plead for financial assistance. And I could see it and hear it with my own eyes tonight.
And I'd like to add a few insights to this. I've never been to a bomb shelter before. And at the hotel, literally every floor has a bomb shelter. And there are no, or on a normal day, you wouldn't know it's a bomb shelter. It's the room where they keep the extra blankets and towels and stuff like that. But now, in a situation like this, they scotch tape signs on the wall that say bomb shelter, and every single floor of the hotel has it. And when we went into the bomb shelter right outside our room for the first time, there were other tourists in the room with us, and they were looking a little nervous. And my cousin Natalie and her husband Oded were in the room with us, and they were smiling at the tourists and telling them, "Don't worry, everything will be okay." And it was just so beautiful in us coming together as a group and as a family. And by the fourth time we were in the bomb shelter, my cousin Natalie started singing a song and getting other people to sing the song with her. The name of the song is Am Yisrael Chai,
Israel, hi.
which is a beautiful song. The people of Israel live, and the people were singing, and they were getting more relaxed. And we realize how awful of a situation this is. There are families all over Israel now. They do not know the whereabouts of their children. Um, Civilians, young people have been kidnapped by Hamas Muslim Brotherhood and held in Gaza. We don't know what will happen. Um, but what we want to share with you is that Israelis, you may hear on the news that they're divided in the judicial reforms and politics and that sort of thing. But when push comes to shove, they are as united comes. And that's not only like Israeli families, it's also in the hotels, the employees. Um, the employees have suddenly become the soldiers on the front line, ensuring that everyone is safe. So again, we don't know what tomorrow will hold. But for the time being, we feel safe in Tel Aviv, and we're grateful and proud of the people in Israel. And we pray for those who have been abducted and for those who have been lost and those wounded. And we're praying that peace will come and that we shall know war no more. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.